It turns out, Bluey's world hides more unanswered questions than a detective novel disguised as a kids' show. 1. Calypso might be more than a teacher. In the episode space, Mackenzie remembers getting lost as a pup. Out of nowhere, Calypso appears in his memory to comfort him. That makes no sense at all. She wasn't there when it happened. How could she show up inside his mind? In her own episode, she brings order to chaos with just a few words, almost like magic. It feels less like teaching and more like mind control or dream travel. Maybe she walks through memories like other people walk through doors. The show never explains it, which makes her calm smile just a little creepy, doesn't it? 2. The day a fairy showed up. In Fairies, Bingo spots a tiny creature slide her domino pieces across the floor. Bandit sees nothing. He just keeps talking like magic isn't happening right behind him. That's when things get weird. Why can only Bingo see it? If the fairy isn't real, then why bother animating the little thing at all? Maybe the creature slipped in from another world, messed with the game, then left before anyone noticed. Or maybe Bingo imagined it because her brain runs on pure chaos. The show just drops the moment and moves on, leaving us to wonder what we actually saw. 3. The sky turns green for no reason. In Magic, Bluey jokes about using her pretend powers for evil. Right then, the wind howls, clouds twist, and the whole sky turns green. Not gray, not blue, green. The storm rolls in like it hurt her and decides to help. Other episodes have storms, but never one this creepy or perfectly timed. Maybe it was a coincidence? Maybe Bluey's powers reached out of her imagination and grabbed the weather by the throat. The show doesn't explain it. It just leaves us with this weird scene where a pretend game might have actually changed the sky. That feels unsettling, doesn't it? 4. One dream. 2 sleepers. In Sleepy Time, Bluey and Bingo dream of leaping across Jupiter together. Same dream, same time, same everything. That should not happen. People do not share dreams like they share a couch. It feels almost telepathic, like their minds linked up the second they closed their eyes. The show treats it like a sweet sibling moment, but there is nothing normal about this. Magic? Some secret bond between sisters? No one ever explains it. We just watch 2 kids sprint through space like it is totally fine, while the rest of us sit here wondering what exactly just happened. 5. The saddest face in the background. In Ice Cream, and later in The Quiet Game, a scruffy terrier shows up carrying a sleeping bag and collecting coins. No name. No story. He just exists on the edge of things. Here's where it gets strange. The terrier triplets' dad has never been shown, and their mom is not even a terrier. So who is he? Could this quiet, tired dog be their father, who lost everything and never came back? The show never answers. It leaves him sitting there, looking like he wandered in from a completely different, much sadder series no one wants to talk about. 6. The Case of the Invisible Cats. In Copycat, Bandit says a bird got attacked by a cat. That sounds normal until you realize no one has ever seen a single real cat in Bluey's world. Not one. Paintings hint at some old war between dogs and cats, and a kids' show even talks about advanced cats living somewhere out there. But where? Are they extinct? Did the dogs win and quietly cover it up? Or are the cats hiding, plotting a dramatic return? The show drops this tiny line about a cat attack, then never brings it up again. It feels like a secret we are not supposed to know. 7. Roxy's dad stays in the shadows. In Surprise, we jump into the future and meet Bluey's daughter, a wild little pup people call Roxy. She looks part Bluey, part Mackenzie, and part Jean-Luc, which is not even possible unless someone at Ludo Studios is messing with us. Creator Joe Brum admitted he mixed traits from all 3 characters just to keep things secret. So who is the father? The show never says. It just leaves this purple pup bouncing around like her family tree is a classified document. Maybe one day they will tell us. Or maybe Roxy's dad will stay a permanent mystery. 8. The dragon that took Chilli's mom. In Dragon, we see young Chilli with her mother and then she is gone. No story, no details, just memories that feel heavy. The episode title hints at a dragon Chilli could not beat. Maybe a long illness like cancer or something equally cruel. Grandpa Mort was in the military, so he was likely away, leaving Chilli to grow up fast without either parent around. The show never talks about what really happened. It keeps everything bright and playful on the surface, while this quiet sadness sits in the background, waiting for someone to finally give it a name. 9. Grandpa Bob vanishes without a trace. For 2 whole seasons, Grandpa Bob is just gone. No calls, no visits, nothing. Then, in The Sign, he strolls back in like he only ran out for milk, claiming he was on a journey in India. But something feels off. Earlier, Bingo says, "Good night, Grandpa, wherever you are," which makes it sound like even the family had no clue where he went. Why would grown-ups hide his location unless the truth was messier than a simple trip? The India story feels like a quick excuse, tossed out, so no one asks what really happened during those missing years. 10. The Easter Bunny skipped a year. At some point before the Easter episode, Bluey and Bingo apparently got no eggs at all. Bandit tells them the Easter Bunny had family problems and could not make it. That sounds harmless until you stop and think about it. Since when does the Easter Bunny have family drama? Was this code for something serious happening that year? Illness? Travel? Maybe a fight nobody talks about? Or did Bandit just forget the eggs and invent the lamest excuse in holiday history? The show never explains it, leaving us with the image of a very stressed out, possibly divorced Easter Bunny. 11. The roof that eats rugby balls. Again and again, we spot a rugby ball sitting on the Healer's roof like it pays rent there. Sometimes it is orange, sometimes it is Bandit's. Nobody ever explains how it got there or why nobody takes it down. Maybe the neighbors keep launching balls over and are too embarrassed to ask for them back. Maybe Bandit keeps losing his temper and his aim at the same time. Or maybe the roof just collects rugby balls the way other people collect stamps. The show keeps sneaking it in like a private joke, and we still do not get the punchline. 12. Nana Chris broke movie night. Bluey will not let Nana Chris babysit her anymore. The reason? One night, Nana watched something on TV so scary that it wrecked bedtime for weeks. The show never tells us what it was. Maybe a horror movie slipped on by accident. Maybe it was something way worse that Nana thought was kid-friendly until it wasn't. Whatever played on that screen, it burned itself into Bluey's brain like a bad tattoo. Now Nana Chris just smiles sweetly while carrying the unspoken title of the babysitter who chose the wrong movie. Some wounds heal. This one clearly did not. 13. The brother who never came home. Tiny clues across the show hint at a missing piece in the Healer family. Before Bluey and Bingo, there might have been another pup. Some people call it a rainbow baby story, where a child is born after a loss. Baby items with the letter B were ready before Bluey even existed. Her name feels like it was changed at the last minute, as if the first pup was meant to be just Blue. The show never confirms anything, but the hints sit there quietly, suggesting a brother who never made it home and a family that moved forward anyway. 14. Chocolate suddenly becomes safe. Several episodes show the dogs munching on chocolate like it is no big deal. In real life, that would mean a late-night emergency vet visit and a giant bill. Yet here, nobody even blinks. Either Bluey's world runs on completely different biology, or the creators slipped up and forgot chocolate is dog poison. The show never explains it. Kids watching might think chocolate is totally fine for pets, while every parent silently panics. Maybe the dogs in this universe evolved beyond weak stomach. Or maybe someone in production just really wanted to draw a chocolate cake and hoped nobody would notice. 15. The pup who lost her socks. When Socks was tiny, she actually wore socks on her paws. It made sense. Her name was literal. Then, one day, the socks just disappeared. No explanation. No moment where she throws them off in rebellion. They simply vanish between seasons like they never existed. Maybe it was a design update. Maybe it shows she grew up and did not need them anymore. Or maybe the animators got tired of drawing tiny stripes on tiny socks every single frame. Whatever the reason, a character named Socks slowly becoming sockless feels like the setup to a joke nobody bothered to finish. 16. The mystery of the multiplying spot. At first, Mackenzie's mom had spots on only one side of her face. Later, both sides are covered. No one says a word about it. Did she dye her fur to keep things interesting? Is this some middle-aged fashion trend among cartoon dogs? Or maybe the animators made a quiet change and prayed we would all look the other way. But we didn't. Now her shifting spots feel like the kind of small, creepy detail horror movies use right before something terrible happens. 17. Maynard crashes the wedding, Frisky and Rad get married, and sitting there like it's totally normal is Maynard, Grandpa Mort's buddy. We barely know this guy, yet he somehow scores a wedding invite. The show never explains why. Maybe he is an old family friend, maybe he has a secret past with Frisky, or maybe Maynard just appears wherever free cake exists. He pops up often enough to feel important, like he knows more than the rest of us, but never says anything. It is the kind of quiet mystery that makes you want to start watching the background characters a lot more closely. 18. The stranger in the family portrait. In the early pilot episode, the Healer's living room shows a framed portrait with a dog we never see again. No name, no story, just a single painting of someone who clearly mattered enough to hang on the wall, but then vanished forever. It feels like the setup for a mystery plot that never happened. Was he a scrapped relative cut from the show before it aired? A forgotten family member no one mentions? Or something stranger, like a ghostly ancestor watching over them? The series never explains why he exists at all. He just stares from the wall, silently hinting at a backstory we will probably never hear. 19. Frisky knows more than we do. When Frisky becomes maid of honor at Chilli's wedding, The show acts like we should already know their whole story. But we don't. Not one flashback, not even a quick line explaining how they met. They clearly share a deep bond. Childhood friends, college roommates, partners in some wild misadventure involving bad haircuts and road trips? We get nothing. Frisky just shows up as a maid of honor like it is the most natural thing in the world. The silence makes it worse. It feels like these two have years of history hidden off screen, and the rest of us were simply not invited to hear it. 20. The laundry that makes no sense. Chilli spends half her life folding laundry no one seems to wear. Shirts, socks, random pants. We never see a single character actually put them on. The entire family runs around naked like it's normal. Yet there goes Chilli again, loading the washer like she is running a hotel. Maybe the healers have a secret life where they dress up after hours, hosting black tie dinners we never see. Or maybe they just hoard clothes for sport, competing to see who can own the most useless t-shirts. The show gives us piles of laundry, but never answers the obvious question: why wash outfits that never leave the basket? 21. The gas station man with too many connections. Maynard runs a gas station. Rad works on an oil rig. Somehow this random gas man keeps showing up at big family events like he belongs there. He even lands an invite to Frisky and Rad's wedding, sitting there like part of the inner circle. The show never explains how a guy selling fuel ends up so close to the healers. Did he meet Rad at some secret oil conference and become instant best friends? Did he save someone's life at a truck stop? We have no clue. Maynard just keeps appearing, smiling like he knows the whole story while we get nothing. 22. The great cat disappearance. Cats barely exist in Bluey's world. We never see them walking around, never hear them mentioned, except for one strange clue: old paintings showing cats and dogs locked in battle like some ancient war wiped them out. Did the dogs win and quietly erase the cats from history? Are the cats hiding underground, waiting for the right moment to reclaim the suburbs? The show never explains it. It just leaves these weird hints like we are supposed to fill in the blanks ourselves. Whatever happened, it feels like Brisbane carries the scars of a pet apocalypse nobody wants to talk about. 23. The mystery mom in the classroom. In Pass the Parcel, all the kids run to hug their moms when the game ends. Missy sprints across the room and hugs a mom who is not even the same breed. Nobody blinks. Nobody explains. The moment comes and goes like it is perfectly normal, while the rest of us sit there wondering if Missy is adopted, living in a blended family, or hugging some random stranger by mistake. The show never brings it up again. It feels like a secret backstory, hiding in plain sight, dropped in the middle of a party game, and then buried forever under balloons. 24. The richest archaeologist in Brisbane. Bandit works as an archaeologist, a job that usually pays in dust and broken pottery. Yet the healers live like secret millionaires. Their house costs a fortune. They take vacations. Nobody ever worries about bills. The show acts like this is normal, but something does not add up. Maybe Bandit made a lucky investment before settling down. Maybe there is hidden family money nobody talks about. Or maybe Brisbane pays archaeologists like movie stars for reasons we will never understand. The series never gives a clue. Bandit just keep digging up bones while living in a house worth more than gold. That closes the case on today's Bluey Mysteries. Or does it? What if the creators are slipping in clues for adults while kids watch the bright colors and fun games? Do you think Bluey secretly has a double meaning? Comment yes or no. I need to know where you stand.